as I was saying about such karate punch, right? Just slightly back. Okay, so if you throw that hard, rigid karate punch, right? I use one arm. There's just not enough weight behind that block, right? And so it's going to be a struggle. So you can't really lift. And then also, if you're able to lift, open, boom, body shot, getting hit. Okay, so instead, okay, we cannot make bagua big. Okay, bagua is about rotations, circling rotations, and they have to be small. So here, instead, blocking, blocking, blocking. Okay, so one hand is defense, the other hand is offense. So which is the defensive hand? This one, closer to your body. Okay, and the offensive hand is the one closer to your opponent. Okay, and they're doing two different things. So they're not like this, you punch, boom. So both hands are doing the same thing, which is to bridge the gap and to create that resistance. Okay, but that's, two hands are designed for different things. Okay, and so offense and defense. So what the defense doing first, you parry. Okay, defensive hand, you punch, faster, realistic. Right, punch, right. Parrying, right, parrying, you punch, I parry. Okay, but when I parry, I have to think about my center line. Okay, so slow motion, when you punch, I cannot get my hand off my center line just to parry. If I do that, boom, strike. So you do 1, 2, punch, 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 right? So I will get hit if I go over my center line, right? I will get hit. But if I stay at my center line, you punch and throw the other hand. You see? Now I'm able to have more defense here. My other hand is able to defend. But once I go over the center line, my other hand has no use, right? This is your center line. This is also my center line. So slow motion, you punch, just one punch. Once I go over, hold on. Once this defensive hand go over, it means my body has turned too much. When my body turned too much, you see how my other hand is limited in range of motion. Pretty much, my other hand cannot go past my center line to the left side, right? So it's limited. Now I'm open to get hit, and I cannot defend, I cannot block. So therefore, it's important to think this center line here. So if you do 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, you see? So it stays on the center line. Your body don't turn too much, and your hand just goes slightly over the center line. Okay, so that's first thing. And second thing, the hand is not just parrying. Okay, if I only use one hand, my only option is to parry, right? Because they'll get your fist out of my way, right? Like pushing it out of my way. That's the only option I have. But if you have the other hand in front, which is the offensive hand, so now I don't have to think about when you slow motion, when you punch, I get your fist out of the way. Because now I have a shield. Right? I have a shield. So when the shield is here, your fist is not going to go through. Right? Your arm and your fist is not going to go through because I have barricade. Okay, so now my defensive hand doesn't have to think about pushing it all out of the way. Right? It doesn't matter. You have barricade already. Right? So when I have that barricade, now what this hand is doing, one is parrying a little bit, and second is pulling in. Yeah. Pulling your force into me, you see? Yeah. Right, even if you try to throw the other fist, so you throw 1, 2, 1, 2, right? 1, 2. It's not going to work properly because I have defense, pulling your force in, and the offense creating the barricade, blocking this arm here, this fist.
And striking.
Yeah, and striking.
Yeah.
Right? But if I just try to strike like this, you punch, I do this. Boom. Body shot. Again, I strike, boom. Because once you only think about bridging the gap and go for the face, something else opens.
Yeah.